Zion Williamson has quite literally turned one of the greatest moments of his life to possibly the worst couple of weeks he could have ever imagined. And somehow it keeps getting worse, like way worse. But before I can explain what happened, I need to give you a high level. So it all starts a few weeks ago when Zion and his girl went on social media and did a gender reveal to show the world that he is going to be a father. And while this was a life-changing moment for Zion and was supposed to be exciting and happy, it all went to hell when a woman named Moriah Mills took to Twitter and just aired out Williamson. And if you don't know who Moriah Mills is, well, she's an adult entertainer, and she ultimately smoked Zion with several screenshots of conversations they had and made the damning claim that she was pregnant as well. More on this later. And during this Moriah Mills scandal, social media did what social media does and found out some things about Zion Williamson's baby mama. First, social media points out a wild age gap when Zion's 22 and his girl is 30. Next, fans online also uncovered some disturbing information about his girl. According to reports, Williams' girlfriend used to be an adult entertainer as well, and sold illegal credit privacy to many people online. Yikes. And while social media is dropping all these truth bombs about his current baby mama, Moriah Mills is still doing her thing and going insane on Twitter. Like, just airing them out. You know, I've never seen someone just absolutely want to cook someone the way she did with Zion Williamson, with more conversations, more text messages, and a lot more statements. And the one being the worst by far is that she reportedly has a sex tape of Zion Williamson and her that she's just gonna stash away for the right moment. And she apparently threatened to release it if Zion wasn't traded from the Pelicans. And if you can believe it, while all this is happening, there's more. A third woman comes out and says that she was with Zion as well. And she just airs them out on her Instagram stories. But ultimately, this girl kind of just doesn't really do much with that information. Just kind of goes away for now, I guess. This man, Zion Williamson, is playing no games. And the rumors and speculations got so bad that his dad had to come out and defend his son.
And I want to say this, and I want to be politically correct when I say it. As my son, and I love him. You know, when I was a child, I walked like a child, talked like a child, did childish things. But when I became a man, when I understood, then God blessed me. So all I'm going to say this morning, believe half of what you see and nothing you hear. That's all I'm going to say.
Just brutal. Imagine how down bad you gotta be for your dad to come out and defend you from all these allegations. But the funniest part is that social media finds out the function that his dad was speaking at, and they found out that it's a charity function where Zion Williamson's foundation donated $250K to help with uniform costs for children who attend new schools. While this is a great thing at heart, social media thinks that it was a PR stunt to get all the negative controversy away from Miss Moriah Mills and move it over to something positive that Zion did with his team. Bruh, imagine doing something good and everyone thinks you're doing something bad because you're in just such deep drama with this crazy person, Moriah Mills. Just a tough situation. And if you can believe it, it gets worse. Like, much worse. First, Moriah Mills tweets 1 billion times about Zion and gets her Twitter actually suspended because of all the craziness she was throwing out on the social media web. So you would assume that Zion would be able to take a deep breath of fresh air, feel really good about himself, and say, okay, I got a couple weeks until Moriah Mills doesn't bother me anymore. Well, she made sure to let Zion know that she is not playing games and will not be denied. She gets Zion's name tattooed on her face. Yes, her literal face. And she also posted on her Instagram stories a pregnancy test that someone is indeed pregnant. And she also shows a photo of an ultrasound where someone is also clearly pregnant. Is it possible that these photos are from like a friend or the internet and not actually hers? Yes, absolutely. When you're dealing with Moriah Mills, you never know what you're gonna get. Would she actually be someone to actually do something like this? Yes, absolutely. But is it also possible that she's telling the truth and these are real? Yes, also absolutely. Then we finally get to the new news. And honestly, this is the worst thing that Zion Williamson could have ever heard and imagined for the situation to get to this point. Like, we were at like a soft 5. Now we're like a 10. I'm not sure how much worse it can get from here. Because if Moriah Mills really does have all the things she says she does, he is going to be in a really tough spot. Remember that sex tape that I mentioned earlier? Well, a fan subscription site named Unfiltered is offering Moriah Mills $1 million to get the exclusive rights to the alleged recording. And the CEO, Stephanie Mateo, says, "We are confident that Moriah Mills will be able to monetize her explicit content on Unfiltered in ways she wouldn't be able to do elsewhere." To be honest, I just don't even have words. Like, imagine she really does have all this stuff on Zion, and Zion gets all this sold to the highest bidder, and it really gets posted on the internet. To be honest, I don't really remember another situation with crazier accusations than this one. And the worst part about it, if it's true or not true, it really doesn't even matter. I'm not sure if Zion will ever be able to beat these accusations. Just brutal stuff. And I'm sure there will be more soon. Until then, I'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope you enjoyed the video.